Hi, beloved. My name is Scott Latham, and I just love getting a chance to be in your sanctuary and with you as a people. I love St. Matthew's, and I want to say that I love your pastor. I greatly admire Todd, and he's asked me to. The way he phrased it was, he asked me to share an Easter story, an Easter moment. And to me, that means that it is I want to he wants me to sort of share something that revolves around the word resurrection or new life or victory over death. And so I'm going to share one that's really, really personal, but it illustrates it to me. It illustrates an Easter moment better than any other moment I've had in my life. When my wife was diagnosed with cancer, um, we tried some of the offerings of treatment here in Lubbock for 2 months, and it didn't address her needs. So her doctors recommended this clinic in Phoenix, and so this clinic accepted her, and so we basically moved to Phoenix for 8 months. Now, towards the end of that 8 months, and let me just say, she didn't win the battle. And towards the end of that 8 months, we met with her doctors one day. It was on a Monday, and they essentially told us that she wasn't winning. And so we went back to her room and cried and hugged each other, and it was just silent for the rest of the day. Um, we made sure she had a good supper, and um, the cancer had injured her body so badly that she couldn't lay down. So we had a chair and a half that we would stuff 10, 12 pillows in and get her situated, and then she would go to sleep that way. And that night, I sat by that chair all night. And the next morning, when she woke up, when she opened her eyes, I was sitting forward, waiting for her, looking at her face, watching for her to wake up. And when she opened her eyes, I said to her, "How are you?" And she knew what that meant. And she blinked her eyes and she looked at me and she said these words: "He is enough. He is enough." Um, there was more to her than death. That's what she was saying. There was more for her than death. And there was more for her after death. That's what she was meaning. In that moment wasn't there was an Easter moment because there was victory over death as she looked me in the eyes and said, "He is enough." She knew that there was an Easter coming for her and coming soon. And that made that moment, that early morning as she was waking up, it made that moment an Easter moment for me and for her. Now, I want to say the truth of that moment is true for all of us. I mean, there is in Jesus, because of his death and resurrection, in Jesus there is more to us than death. And there is more for us than death. And there is more for us after death. And oh, that day. Oh, that day. What a glorious day. This is the gift of Easter. This is the gift he gave us by going to the cross and 3 days later walking out of a grave. That is something to celebrate. And I hope this Easter that you do. I hope you celebrate. I hope you celebrate big and loud, because it's worth celebrating. Thanks, beloved, for letting me share. And I do want to wish you a blessed Easter. Thank you.